I'm gonna be a little bit more specific with my entry. I'm gonna pick one aspect of Destiny that I think really impressed me, and that is I don't think this very much impressed me. Trials of Osiris. The reason I love this gameplay mode is because with MMOs and just like when I used to play Final Fantasy, like back in the day, like the early Final Fantasies or just any RPG, I'm like, man, I want to take this character online, and like now that I've leveled them up all crazy, like fight somebody. And you get to do that with Trials for the first time. You get to do it with 2 of your friends, and it's really intense.
It's highly competitive mode. Yeah.
It's highly competitive. It's really intense. Like it's the first
Very
time.
punishing.
You talked about
more
charts.
so since the Taken King. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah. You talked about our charts and making charts in the last episode, and I like figured out like, all right, I'm gonna go this class. This is my best intellect discipline loadout. I don't really need strength for this character, but then I'm like, oh, I better put like 25% strength in there. But then am I gonna sacrifice, intellect or discipline?
Yeah, you had to think about.
You had to think about all that stuff because it was extremely important. Yeah, it was crucial for the Crucible.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. And
shout out to Jose's Crucible.
Yeah, definitely.
Which he had called it in the past.
I really, really, really love Trials of Osiris. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that before.
Trials of Osiris.
And then, like the topping that just pushes it over the edge, the icing on the cake. Mm-hmm. The icing on the cake is the lighthouse. You go 9-0, you get that lighthouse thing, you get bragging rights, you get that emblem. It's just like gamer pride. You get to show off what you've managed to achieve in this game. You get this cool suit of armor, and with year 2, it's a higher light level. It's just I can't explain fully why I like this mode so much. It's just so great. It's very stressful.
Yeah.
But the rewards just make it such an awesome experience for me.
Yep.
It can be
it can be brutal.
Very it's
always brutal.
I was just playing Trials over the weekend, and man, like even with a crew of pretty good dudes, we had to really try, really engage tryhard mode, and communicate a lot. It's just, it works really well within the framework that they've established for Crucible and for PvP and Destiny.
Maybe to what you're getting at, there's just teams who have refined their skills so much in their style, and you run into it and they play unlike other teams.
Trounce you.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
Or it's like, have you ever fought a team where you're never fighting someone 1v1? It's always 2v1. That's how you're supposed to play that. And it's like, it feels unfair to you, but that's just better teamwork on their part.
You're supposed to be together, but like not necessarily next to each other, but like working as a team to my strat's usually like, all right, you guys go here, I'm gonna flank and try and distract. So I distract, they push, wipe out a guy or 2, maybe I get 1, and then we come together and just push it on that team.
That's generally our strat too. I mean, it depends on the map, right? With this week's Trials map, which is terrible, by the way. It's that moon map, or not that moon map, but the map where everything's like floating all the time because there's like
the drifter.
We recorded this a while ago.
Oh yeah, when I say this week's, it may not actually be this week.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Good call. Yeah,
it's December 14th.
Internet video is a time machine, basically. But my point is like, that map has a lot of these really kind of long hallways on that upper end, so people sniping them a lot. But like, our strategy was to send 2 people with snipers into the hallway. I play striker, and so I would flank real fast with a shotgun. And basically, like, the goal was to make sure that if they were going to be looking down the hallways with snipers, someone is going to be punishing them from the side or the back, like, and who's tailored to be fast and in their face. And if we get a pick, then those 2 people push, and we just get on that orb so that they can't pick it up. And it's just like, you got to have really complex strats, and you got to have like timing and the know-how to when to push and when to fall back and when to res and when to shoot. It's a really great mode.
It really is. Yeah.
It's awesome.
The point is, I think it's another great example of a first, a first type of experience that you probably had like that, right?
Yeah, and I hope a lot of people got to experience it, because I know a lot of like, I'm sure a lot of people dropped off before Trials hit, but like that was kind of at the peak. So hopefully a lot of people like got to go in and experience that with a high level character, and compete against another team. I guess it does do matchmaking though, but if you just went in and got creamed, that probably wasn't a great experience for you. Fran was playing last night, and he's like, I need 1 more. We need 2 more wins. How'd that go?
Well, I just had 2 matches completed. Sorry, not 2 more wins. I was just getting the gold tier, but the rest didn't go so well. we didn't do that great, but I got to the lighthouse this weekend.
So okay, good job.
Yeah. With the help of, I should mention, Michael Lovebury and Arcane. Thank you, gentlemen, actually. it's funny, we were playing and they were working hard. I played with a couple people that I met through. I don't even remember how I met this crew. You know, it's another example of what we were getting at, but really good. Like, these guys play a lot. One guy, you know, Michael, shotgun all the time. He's rushing in there, like he's surgical on his own. And then Arcane is always sniping. And so the point is, anyway, you get people who just have their own styles and they're so good at it.
Oh yeah.
And man, I get in that backpack.
So like
I'll admit it.
I have to tilt my hat though. Definitely Trials of Osiris, phenomenal experience, stressful experience, but it's because there's big rewards at stake. And
very highly rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. That's why it's my entry.